Hello guys, Appian has released the 24.3 release highlights, and now we are going to get a review about like what are the new changes that has come in these releases. Okay, so we will go ahead with our total experience part because that part is like actively involved in the development. More changes have been done in the records, so we will start our release highlights with the record part only. So here I am going to the records here. One of the most important change in the records have been done that the data preview tab has been separated from the data model tab. So in the earlier version, if you will go, so this is a earlier version. So here you will find the data structure part here, and here you will be able to see the data preview part here. But now the data preview has been separated, and what extra advantage does it provide us? So let's see that. So when you will go in the data preview tab, so once we were like in the earlier version, if we go to the data preview, it was just like a normal, all the data whatever was present in our database, it was just showing us that data. But this time in the data preview, you will be able to see that, see, in our community we don't have access to the database. Now I guess to some point you don't even need the database access. You can directly add a row in the database. Directly, see here, if you will go to this row here, and I feel, so let's say I have filled up one form here. Okay, so it will open up a form to fill up the data, and just click on add data. This data will get added in the source table, and see, it will give you one confirmation as well, like this is the new data that you want to add. So if you will just click on write changes, this data will get written in the database, and it will even give you the database scripts as well. So you can get the scripts from the database as well. So see here, changes have been now successfully written here. So this way, like you will be able to see the multiple data as well. So I have written multiple data already generated here. This is present here. So one of the most important part was what? Edit source data from records. So you can directly edit the source data from the records. And see here, you can even generate sample data using AI. So if you will click on generate sample data, so let's say like sometimes we need, like for the lookup values and all, we need some sample data. So with the help of AI, see here, you will be able to insert those queries. So when you just have to click on generate sample data, with the help of AI, it will show you like what data it is going to get inserted in the records, and finally your data will get inserted here. So this is how the sample data will also work, and you can edit a particular record as well. So whatever was lagging in the previous version, like we were not having the database access, that has been resolved to some extent here. You won't say like fully you won't even need the database, but yeah, to some extent you can control something from the records as well. Now let's move on to the next one, that is threaded conversation with event history. I found this feature really very useful. So earlier what was happening, when you would try to create a record events here, so this is the earlier version. So in the record event, two tables used to get created. One was like the event history and one was the lookup table. Now a conversation feature has been added here. So event history as it is, it should be there, and now the lookup is also there, and apart from that, one reply thread has also been added here. How does it work is that when you will go to a particular interface, so this is how it works. So you have to use ABank event data, and you are getting all the event history from here, filters and all, and just here there is one feature called as allow users to reply. When you will enable that particular feature, then see here, in all the event history, this data is also generated from the AI only. If you just click on the comment part here, you will be able to add a comment. So if I added here comment like hello, and I can like make it bold here, I can make it underline as well. So this is a great feature which has been added in the event history part. So now even the audit data can look like in a much better way. So if this was like built from our end from the scratch, it was like very difficult, and lot of custom logic needs to be there, but now they are giving it by default feature only, so which is a great addition here. Let's move on to our next feature, that is source filters are now replaced with sync filters with a new design. So this is not a very big change here. So once you will go in the data model part, so initially in the data model earlier it used to be the source filters. So let me show that in the previous version how it was. So if you will go to the data model, see here, you will be able to find just beside your source, you will be able to find the source filters. When you will click on add filters here, so here you will get straightforward approach, like just click on add filter, select a particular value here and add it. So multiple filters you can add it. But in the new version, what they have done here is, instead of source filters, they have now replaced this with sync filters. And what does it offer? So better UI, you can say, offer. Basically all the features are same only. So if you will click on add source filter, you will get a particular field for the filters here. Let's say I added one more. Now here you will be able to see that custom logic and functionality is there, and in the previous version you were not able to see that and functionality here. So basically like better logical grouping we can do with the help of this source filters here. Now let's move on to the next feature, that is reorder record level security. So what is this reordering of record level security? See, record level security is not a new point. So in the previous version, what was happening, when you will go to the record level security, basically like who can access my records, this thing you will be able to see the record security in the cards here, but you were not able to reorganize it. And now in the new version, when you will go to the record level security, they have given one more feature to reorganize as well. So here the cards are selectable here, so I can like arrange my security in a much better way. So logical grouping, I can do that here. Apart from that, there are not much changes here. This change only has been added here. Now let's move on to the next changes, that is one change has been done in the test cases part here. So once you will go in any query rules here, so this is the basically like how it used to work, the normal query rules. If I go in the test case part here, so here in the test case part here, you will be able to find new test case. Generally we used to get that option only, but now you can generate the test case with the help of this AI as well. So it will help you to generate the test case. So sometimes it doesn't work, the AI, because of this community issues only. Sometimes the community is slow, so it takes time to respond. So you can generate the test cases in the expression rule as well. Okay, so all these changes have been covered. Now let's move on to the next change, that is new UI layouts in panes. Actually pane was introduced long back only, but now what they have done here is inside the panes, once you will see that earlier it was just a pane layout, it was even a top level component only. So if I go inside this and let me just go inside the expression and let me just remove all of them from here, cut it, and now you will be able to see the top level components. So earlier it was just kind of like panes only, normal pane was there, but now they have merged the panes with the billboard header as well. For example, initially we used to get the card header similar like this one, and now they have also merged with the card headers as well. So these are the two new features of this one. And what is the advantage? So like basically like we can add images and all in there easily if we want to refer it, so that can be added there as well. Let's move on to the next feature, that is more link support added for tag items. Now this is an important part for the tag item field here. So this tag is actually evolved here. So once you will go in the previous version, normal tag field was there. So this is a tag field here, and when I go in the tag items, you can maximum add a record link directly, like a record link feature was only available, but now they have replaced the record link with completely link type only. So if you will go in the expression part of this tag items here, so in the tag item you can see link has been there. Now record link is not there. You can add a record link as well, you can add the other links as well. So now this tag is capable of doing much more thing. You can like basically you can start a process as well, you can save the value as well. As of now you can see like there is, I am saving a dynamic name here. If I click on John Doe, it will go and save in local bank name, and this will get filtered here. So it is a great addition in the link part for the tag field there. Let's move on to our next feature, that is export query performance data from monitoring. So this was earlier only added there, query performance part. Now export feature has also been added here. So basically when you click on that, an Excel file will get generated, and we can share with the team as well easily. So this is a great addition, and you can see here this is how it looks like. All the query start time, what was the execution time, who has started it, and what was the interface, the rule it was called, everything has been done in detail here. export functionality has been added here. Whatever was available here, all this export functionality has been added in that query part. Let's move on to the next part, that is now version history has been added for robotic tasks. Now this was whoever is using the RPA in Appian, this was a major blocker when you will actually use the RPA part. So in the RPA, if you will go here, there is no versions here. So it was very difficult to switch back to the previous working version. But now in the latest version, there is version history has been added here. So if you will go in the robotic task here, you will be able to find the versions. So now it will be easy to switch back to the previous versions as well. Let's move on to the next part, that is like new changes has been introduced in the case management studios. We won't be able to see the case management because like case management not accessible in the community, but you can see like you can go through that new AI features only they have added to their own application, that is case management there. And apart from like this one, new changes have been added in the process HQ as well. So in the process HQ as well, like they are adding more insights so that they can help the business users curate like and prepare the reports in a much better way there as well. So all these features, new features have been added for the process HQ part. So our main development part was this one only, and some of like really great features have been introduced here. For example, like thread conversation have been there. Business users are surely going to like this feature a lot there. And link feature was there for the tag item, and AI based test cases we are yet to try it out. Let's see like how does it perform there. And for the community, honestly, like this is really a great feature. Like we were not able to edit our data, we were not able to put some sample data in the database, we have to make some forms and all. So in order to like overcome that challenge, like this feature is going to help a lot, like editing the source data and generating some sample data. So this is really a great feature. That was all about the release notes for now. Thank you.